Welcome to the Learning is Change list, the web series where I get to tackle all of the things that I would like to learn how to change in education with a community of reflective practice vloggers in order to create an engine for authentic learning. Today, I would like to highlight something amazing. Two cousins that are in their formative years are vlogging back and forth to one another and creating some amazing ideas back and forth. And I wanted to talk about not only what they are doing, but also a particular issue that they have raised. So I'm going to let Kaysen speak for himself on this topic.
So like most people, I like to judge things with very little to no knowledge on the subject. But don't worry, I'm not going to judge you if you don't like this video. People are really enthusiastic and almost offended if you haven't seen these things. Don't like One Direction?
You haven't seen Walking Dead?
And if someone asks you if you've seen or heard this thing and you answer yes, you're immediately accepted into the secret club of secretness. But if you should answer no, you're condemned mentally insane and socially unfit.
Before I get into this topic, I want to talk about how amazing it is that two cousins who are many miles apart in Georgia are creating these videos on a weekly basis and talking about the things that are both important and hilarious and interesting in their lives, and using this particular communication medium in order to actually learn something and teach somebody else something. Together, the power of Catawompus Cousins is the fact that they aren't afraid to put themselves out there. They aren't afraid to edit the words that are coming out of their mouths. They aren't afraid to write something, to create something that is worthy of somebody else's time, and to craft an audience. It is the authenticity of this particular project that catches me so off guard. They have a real purpose and a real audience for what they are doing. They are creating something new almost every day as they are thinking about new topics and things that they would like to tackle and to learn from one another. They want to have that communication platform with one another in a two-way medium, but they also want to communicate out and create this audience that is authentic and interesting. With that said, I think what Kaysen is addressing here is really important. Even in education, there are those concepts and topics and pieces of content and even people that are the touchstone texts of our discipline. When I think about this concept of charter schools, let's say, right, and the idea of sort of global galactic ed reform, there are certain sides that we have to draw. And if someone else is on the other side, if there is this piece of content that is interesting or engaging that is on the other side of this, we have to be against it. We have to say, you know what, that comes from the other side. It comes from, you know, this place of charter school or this place of ed reform or something like that, that it isn't valid or it doesn't provide value for this larger system because it's outside of the system or something like that. And the problem with that is that we immediately judge it. And if I point out a particular book that is of progressive education, let's say, and you agree with that, you say, oh yes, I know that book, I am aware of that, and now you are in the club and we can talk about it. But if you are saying, oh, I don't know anything about that, then I will exclude you from the conversation. And I think that's the thing that we have to change. We have to change the way that we judge people, the way that we judge a particular work and the way that you feel about that work. We have to be able to listen to people and to bring them into our inner circle of thought and our inner circle of judgment. Because if we are only judging in order to exclude, rather than judging in order to say, I would love for you to know more about this. I would love to be able to convince you that there is something here that's important and that we will be able to discuss later. We need to not only judge, but to also adjudicate what is of value, and to bring people into that inner circle. If you'd like to keep this idea going, please do so in the comments or join the Google Plus community. Thank you, Kaysen, for providing some inspiration here, and I hope to continue the conversation on Catawompus Cousins. You guys are doing something really amazing. Thanks for watching.